Yep. Okay, welcome back to Saturday Craft. We're putting the strawberry panda together, and if you'd noticed last week, I got the body colours the wrong way around. We needed them, we had them this way, we need them this way if you look at a real panda, so we can fix it, And the other thing, I found a nice little pink nose, so I actually undid the head and put in the pink nose. So I left this attached because I was going to show you how I do the soft sculpture. Now because the panda has a little bit of a hunched back, we're not putting the head on the top like a teddy bear. We're going to put it down a little bit. So we need to move this down to where the neck is so that when we anchor the soft sculpture, it's not going to look weird. So I'll just bring the needle out down here, and then I'm going to put a stay stitch here so that this part here doesn't pull when I do the rest of it. Stay stitch is just basically a knot in one stitch, as in a knot through the fabric, so that that doesn't pull any more further away. Alright, so that's that done. Now what we want to do with the soft sculpture, we want to bring the eyes in and then back so that the eyelids come down over them. So first of all, we want to make the bridge of the nose. So we'll go out there. This is just a wool needle with doubled up chenille thread on it. And then we want to make like a little ladder. You actually want to try and dig a bit of your stuffing. It's like I dug down so that there's stuffing between my needle and the fabric of the toy, and then we're laddering back, dig down again. So this is building up the nose, and what you want to do is you want to pinch it a little bit as you go so that you can see what it's doing. You don't want this too much because pandas don't have that bigger nose. I'm going to do one more. I was always taught 3 stitches make a knot, so that's what I'm doing. So that's brought the eyes in together, but now we need them down too. So we always want to go over a stitch, and we want to come back out where we put that knot down the bottom. So we pull that in. That looks better. So make another stay stitch on the bottom. Pull that over. Keep your thumb there so it stays tight. All right. And then you want to do the other side to match. So we come out just below the eye. When I can get it coming out the right spot. There we go. Now we want this one to sink down as much as the other. So we go over a stitch and then down the bottom. And then pull that one down, same as the other. And the eyelids sit nice over it, and it's pushed up the nose. You can see from there it's made like a point here. That's pushed up the nose, but we've also sunk the eyes in a bit. I may sink the eyes in more later, but that's enough to begin with. So we now just do another stay stitch. All this at the bottom here is going to be hidden when we put the body on. That didn't work. Let's try that again. There we go, and pull tight. All right, so it's like flattened out the head. It's not so round anymore, which is what we want. So hide our ends inside and then snip it off. Right, so that's that bit done. So now the head looks a better shape. Like I said, I may bring them in more, and it's the same thing, but I might bring them back further. I'll just have to see once it's on the body. So the next thing I want to do, I'll show you the other stuff I did during the week. So when we were here last, I made one arm and one leg. So I made the other arm and leg so they match. And then I also made the ears. And the ears are quite cool. And what I was going to do is I was going to do a tail, because pandas have tails. So these little ears sit here, and pandas have quite cupped ears, so they'll be like that. So that looks rather cute, I think. And so I was going to make another tail, but I might actually close off the top so that we can attach the head. So I've got quite a long tail. Well, all of my pieces, I might move the others out of the way, all of my pieces have quite a long tail so that I can use them to sew up. You'll see that on a lot of patterns where they say leave a long tail for sewing up. That's so you don't have hundreds of ends to weave in. Chenille yarn is terrible to put through a bloody needle. Come on, just a little bit. There we go. You got to push the fluff through and pull that. All right. So this is the body, and I'm just going in, out, to close this hole up. In, out, out. Pull that so it's tightening up. And then like that. And so we pull that's tight, and that's closed off the bottom. So you got to remember this is now at the bottom. Literally the bottom. And it does have shaping in it from the original pattern, because if you remember, this is a teddy bear pattern that we're adapting. But I think it'll be alright, because we do need a bit of a hunch in the shoulders for it to be a panda. So that's alright. Right, so that's now tied off. And let's see if we can figure out where we want the head to sit. So we've got our funny shaped eggs. So I'm going to try and shape the stuffing inside so it's more to the shape that I want. That's why stuffing's good. That's more what I want. Pandas have a belly and they have fairly hefty shoulders. So if we put this head around there, I think, oh, the cat's away. I think that'll look right. So it's not directly on the top like a teddy, it's just a little bit off. So we want to bring our needle up and out there in the middle. So that's where we want the center of the bottom of the head to be. Now I'm going to pull that up a bit just to flatten that bottom bit out. Good thing pandas are chubby. So we want him sort of like that. So I hold them like this. So that's the positioning I want. Just making sure. And then this is attached to the pink, so we need to get it into the white. So just take a stitch on the outside edge where you can see it. And then in and out and in and out. This is just our first round to attach it to the body. In and out. So if you can see, I'm just going little by little. Come on, get that one. Yes, I know. Woody's awake. And remember, this is chenille. We cannot pull this too tightly. You need to build up layers with chenille or use a different yarn. And around the front. Don't forget under the chin. So just a little bit. In, out, in, in. Don't do too much at once. Only about 4, because otherwise you won't be able to pull it through. And then we're back to where we started. Just do the last couple. Out and in. Right. So that's all I'm gonna do for the head at the moment. I just wanted to get it attached. So that's see, he's a little bit off, he's not straight up. Pandas tend to, I've been looking at pictures of pandas and they tend to sit forward. They tend to sit like a toddler at a beach. So that's how I'm going to put him. So I'm just going to sew a stay stitch here, and then I'm going to end this off, because what I still have to do, I have to add the arms, I have to add the legs, so I'll have more things attaching here and there, and that'll help me firm down the head like so. Pull that up. Right, done that. So there's our little dude so far, and it does sit sort of, but you know, we'll go more. So next thing we have is we've got to figure out the feet. So we want it to sit basically like that. Now, the way this pattern is, the feet don't have a wrong way, because you can just squish them and then it becomes feet again. So I want a sitting teddy bear. So that's the feet. And then the arms. Yeah, but the pattern says to attach the arms right up. But because ours is a panda, I'm actually going to attach them a bit lower. I might actually do the arms first. Let me just pin them where I want them and see what that looks like. Here's one. And there's the second one. So you pin them first so that you can get them the same. You've got to have this back the same amount, forward the same amount, down as much as you possibly can so that it actually looks like a proper animal. Right, so that's the hands. Now, do they meet in the middle? Chubby up his hands a bit. So that's those. So what I might do is I might sew them on now, because if you remember, these are just single crocheted across the top. So get our needle again. Throw all our ends up the top there. I might actually take a break in a minute. I'll show you the Malli yarn I got. There was a shop that opened nearby recently as in a couple of months ago, but you know. And of course I had to go and have a look because they had yarn. And it was some yarn I'd never seen before called Malli yarn. And then, so I'm just whip stitching. Just like so. This goes through the body and then through the arm where that single crochet was. So that's like that. And then one like that. So like that. As you can see, he has got a hunch. That is what we want. Trying to stop putting it so high. I apologise. Still getting used to this. Now I want him to lean forward. I don't want his hands to keep flapping back like that. So what I do is I put my finger on and then like that. So I've got my finger there and then fold it back, and then I will just keep, hang on, about to lose my little end. Whip stitch down to right, and then fold it back, and then we just do the same thing we did around the head. In and out and in and out. I apologise for the noise. Somebody is not as quiet as you think she is. And then down like so. And that has attached that hand. It still comes back, but doesn't flip right out. and then hide the end inside yet again. And this one I might just do another one like that, and then we go here like so. So that's how you attach the arm, but I'll just take a break and I'll show you this Malli yarn I got. Smooth them out the way. I got Malli Basics, which is their standard. Let me hold it up the right way. So I got these colours because I thought they would go well together, because there's some of this in that and some of that and that. And this is Orchid Purple. It's not actually, it's a pink purple. So it's more pink than purple, but there's a lot of purple in it. This is made in Melbourne, Australia. And it is an acrylic polyester blend. So you could make socks with this. They would be thicker socks, but they would work because of the polyester. 6.5mm needles. Now I haven't, as you can see, I haven't actually used these yet. I wouldn't have guessed 6.5mm, but it does have a slight halo on it. So I would maybe go 4.5 to 5, but try the 6.5. It depends on what you're making. So 12 stitches by 17 rows. That's pretty standard for an 8 ply, maybe an 8 to a 10, but it says 4 ply here, so that's confusing. There's 100 grams in there. It does not tell you how many meters. No, it doesn't. So that's that one. Bit of fluff on there. Then you've got the variegated, which I thought was really nice. This one's called Bubblegum, but if you look at the purple on here, it matches the purple here. So I thought that was rather good. All the rest is about the same. Now, actually, something's different here. This one's got 4 ply on it. This has got 8/4. So that reminds me of the hobby markings. So I don't know. And then this is the teal, which is a lovely mid blue. It's not a light blue. It's not a dark blue. It's a nice mid blue. So that's those. And I would be planning on making a dragon with these. So I will be maybe doing that after the panda's finished, but I thought I'd just show you these today, and I've put a link in the description to the shop that I got them from so that you can have a look what's available there yourself. So I will just put them back out the way, and I think that might be nearly it for today. I will add the arm and I will position the legs ready for the next week's episode when the cat stops talking, and I will see you next time.